certainly going to be an exciting show. Today's show really has a lot of those filmmaking things happening in our community that you might not even realize are going on. We're actually kicking it all off with something we all love, which is good Italian food and a good movie. A new romantic comedy is bringing cameras, cast, and plenty of excitement to one of St. Louis's most iconic neighborhoods. As filming wraps up on the Love on the Hill, producers say the movie is more than a love story. It's also a love letter to the Hill.
The sights, the food, and the close-knit community of the Hill are taking center stage in a new romantic comedy called Love on the Hill. Production crews have spent the past several weeks filming at neighborhood landmarks with local restaurants, businesses, and even residents stepping in to help bring the story to life.
Yes, it's a fantastic romantic comedy. So you've got baseball, you've got Italian food, you've got Love on the Hill.
The film follows a professional baseball player and a social media influencer who both return home to the Hill after setbacks in their careers. Family connections and a chance encounter bring the two together. But producers say the real star may be the neighborhood itself.
A line that Lori Dowd, our executive producer, coined, which is, the Hill isn't actually just the backdrop of this film, it's a character in it.
The production is also highlighting Missouri's growing film industry. Producers say recently expanded state film tax incentives helps make St. Louis the perfect place to shoot.
So Missouri has so much to offer in this space, and we love seeing the business side of it come together with those state tax incentives.
David Sullivan plays the role of coach of the Grizzlies.
The Grizzlies actually let us use their park. We used all the players as who they were. Everybody was in uniform. They let us use their uniforms, so they're a big part of the film.
He shares the community has embraced the project from day one, with residents volunteering as extras, businesses opening their doors, and neighbors even dropping off homemade treats for the cast and crew.
I couldn't have had a better experience, especially like shooting here on the Hill. Like, you just feel all the history, and anybody you run into says hello and waves to you. And as far as production goes, any restaurant has been like, oh yeah, you guys can shoot here. Oh, you can shoot here. We have people asking, can I be in the background? So like, everybody's just kind of welcomed us with open arms here.
For this crew, they hope audiences leave with more than a feel-good love story. They hope viewers discover what St. Louisans have known all along, that the Hill is a place where community, tradition, and maybe even a little romance are always on the menu.
Oh, so very exciting. And what if we told you Love on the Hill, it's actually just the start?
That's right. Joining us live is the St. Louis Film Commissioner, Kelly Hyatt. Thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Good morning. How are you guys?
Wonderful.
Yeah,
Kelly,
well,
I mean,
doing
we were telling you before this, we had such a fun time seeing that set, going behind the scenes. But what people might not realize is that this is a kind of a new exciting thing for Missouri with some of these new tax incentives. I'd love for you to break that down for us.
Sure. I mean, I think you guys all know Up in the Air. That was probably the biggest movie that has been shot here, and that was quite some time ago. So in 2023, we were able to reinstate the Missouri state tax incentive. And tax incentives really drive the filmmaking process. That's the number one thing that producers are going to look for. They want to see where they can get the most bang for their buck and bring their movies in. So when we reinstated it in 2023, it really kind of started the process. And we're going into 3 years right now. So we've had a really good, just kind of consistent move of productions coming in. And Love on the Hill is the most recent one that we've had. So it's been great.
Recent. And you could stack them, correct? Like Missouri and Illinois?
Yes, that's what makes St. Louis so exciting, because we can utilize the Illinois state tax incentive as well, or productions can utilize it, I should say.
Right.
So they're able to bring their productions in, take some of the Missouri state tax incentive, stack it with the Illinois one, and then it actually is, it's great for the production and for the people that are working, because we can have Missourians working in Illinois, Illinois working in Missouri, and the reality is St. Louis has got the restaurants, it's got the hotels, it's got all of the infrastructure that crews really want to utilize when they're not on set.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. And speaking of the work, talk to us about Hollywood River Studios.
So that's actually a production facility that's going up right now. They're currently moving dirt and swinging cranes.
Oh my goodness.
It's a two-part. So there's actually a base camp that's going to be right in Granite City. So we can actually see that from our side of the river.
Yeah.
And then about 15 miles in Wood River, there's going to be about 6 sound stages built.
Oh my goodness. It's so exciting for the future of the film industry right here in St. Louis.
That's beautiful.
I would love for you to talk about why a project like Love on the Hill is so important for the local industry.
You know what? I mean, it just really sheds a light on these really unique communities that we have. You know, the Hill obviously just has incredible historic value. It's a very special place. The folks that came in from out of town to work on this movie, the actors and some of actually the crew, they just fell in love with St. Louis while they were here. My favorite thing is when we have people come in to work on productions that have never been to St. Louis, and they just didn't know what to think about it. It's kind of one of those, you know, places that people are like, yeah, I know St. Louis, but I don't really know St. Louis.
Right.
So for them to come in and have the experience that they do, especially in a community like the Hill, and then just fall in love with it, and then want to come back and bring their families and all that kind of thing. It's just special, and it makes me very proud.
Yes, it does. It does so much for the community. So we're just so happy that it's here.
Sure. And Kelly, I know that you're a native to Chicago.
Yes.
I think we're all transplants here, if you will. But you were out in LA a little while. And so with that expertise out in LA, you know, the film mecca of the country, you know, how have you taken that expertise and now bringing it here to St. Louis and Missouri?
You know, one of the things that I truly love about the work that I do is that I get to kind of ride the fine line between making sure that the production gets what they need. We want to make sure that their experience here is good and that they're able to do the work that they need to do. At the same time, you know, working on the civil side of things and making sure that our businesses, our residents, our attractions are number one represented, and that they're also kind of, you know, they're open to the idea. So a lot of it's education. You know, when we want to go down and close a park, and unfortunately there's another event going on, the easy answer is like, no, we have an event going on. Well, for me, I can go in and say, yes, we have an event going on, but I think there's ways that we can work together so that it's a win for the city and it's also a win for the actual production.
Yeah, and it's so fascinating talking with you. I mean, there's so many things that people might not even realize that goes behind the film industry. I mean, taxes alone.
Yes. Well, and the other thing too is, you know, we've got some really great already built-in infrastructure. You know, the producer of Love on the Hill, Lori Dowd, she's been working in the industry for a very long time. She's got her own company here called StoryTrack. They've been doing a lot of work. They're going to continue to do the work. It's called stacking, so they'll come up with a bunch of stories that'll start in 2027, where they're just consistently making movies and employing our people and bringing money into our economy through production.
Yeah. It's such a cool time for St. Louis and for all that's to come. I know that we'll see you again.
Oh, yes,
There is so much.
We've got some good stuff on the horizon,
Right.
so get ready to see a lot of me.
Ooh, I love it. St. Louis, it's a great time. And we're all really celebrating all things film here because